I want to start off talking about okay, the community of fitness around here is probably one of the toughest to be in because you're taking a lot of shit. This episode is brought to you by Dr. Kachikian of Black Hills Regional Eye Institute. You can check him out on Instagram, SteveKMD1. Check out his website, stevekmd.com. He's an ophthalmologist, board certified right here in the Black Hills. For all your LASIK, cataract, PRK questions, contact Steven KMD. From a lot of people.
Sure, small enough. Every place is small enough, I guess, when you're there for a while. True.
Yeah, everybody is like, fitness is like a religion.
I was just going to say,
as soon as they learn
thing.
something, they immediately adopt that, and then they refuse to change anything, and they follow a lot of crap they see on Instagram. What do you suggest for somebody that's stuck in their ways?
Be open-minded. Always be willing to learn, and no matter how smart you are or how much you think you know, there's always some dude that's right across the street that knows 10 times as much as you. So I can remember, I'll use myself as a good example. So as a late teenager, I'd already been in the gym quite a bit. I actually got a membership to the Y when I was 12. They let me in a year early, so I started lifting like right out of the gate. I'd been in my basement before that.
Damn.
So when I got into the gym, I didn't know anything. So it was just a whole new world to me. And, by the time I was, late teenager, I became closed-minded about there's only one way to do stuff. And I just didn't have enough experience or, a culture of being in different types of training.
Yeah, you're pretty stubborn in your way.
Yeah, and you think that this is the way and there's no other way. And, I see guys that have been standing in the mirror for 10 years doing dumbbell curls, and those dudes look the same as they did 10 years ago.
They do.
So it's just, you got to have an open mind. And if you're not willing to make changes to what you're doing, then, you're just going to stay the same. And that holds true, like not just in fitness, but across the board.
Yeah, for everything. You gotta
exactly.
Move. You gotta grow.
Like if it's almost like politics or religion is a great way to make an analogy, because you get essentially sort of brainwashed and you're just like all into this, but you can't, the fucking facts, if they prove you wrong scientifically, you're wrong. It doesn't matter what you believe or what you think, it's what's true and what's real.
Yeah.
You can't go off of, you can believe in things, but your belief doesn't mean anything because the facts will stomp all over it or it'll support it. And I'm a proof guy. If you can't prove to me something, I'll listen to you, but I'm not going to believe it until I can see proof.
I don't like to debate things because it's just like, who knows more about one thing.
Right.
And then I don't really like, anybody can think whatever they want about anything. Like, I'm fine with that. I'm going to think what I think and they're going to think, but I just want to learn, because sometimes learning more will change your mind
for sure.
Things.
Most people,
I don't know.
It's a lack of education. They're uneducated on a subject. And then you mentioned like the trash talking and stuff. So if somebody's, I'm a competitive guy. So in my industry, it's a dog eat dog industry, not locally, but just all over the world. So everybody's hustling, and people like to come out with the next best thing, or they like to say this is the best way, but it's always backdoored by some sort of way of them being compensated.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about getting paid, a lot of people are full of shit, so 10% of the people out there in my industry locally and all over the world, 10% of the people are doing 90% of the business, and the other 90% are just out there. And everybody with an Instagram account, that's, been to the gym, you put the name Fit on your Instagram profile. Now you're a coach and you're a trainer, and, hit me up for meal plans. And, a lot
of people are adopting that just to,
right.
They're inspired for like 3 months and then they fall off. They're like, well, this, I'm really busy with this and my job and stuff. And they're trying to fill a hole in their life because their job isn't fulfilling. And fitness is really fulfilling. That's why a lot of people do it. I do it to keep me sane, because if I didn't,
same way, dude. It's a good way to let your aggressions out.
Yeah. I don't do it to be the biggest guy or anything.
Right.
I do it just for mental stability.
Right. Yeah. And, outside of my own self, it's not what I do. You mentioned personal trainer. I like to call myself coach. Personal trainer to me is the bottom of the totem pole. It's where you start.
Yeah.
With what things have gone in the direction for me is it's a lot bigger operation, obviously, than when I started, but it's not about you. So that's where people get it wrong, is they use themselves as like, and they're trying to make themselves iconic, but they're just boasting and pushing themselves out there. Obviously you got to sell yourself, but essentially is like what you really got to find, if you can help other people people, then you have to step on the next 10 guys that don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you know or what you can do. It's what you can get other people to do through you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's breakdown and growth and, anabolism and catabol, but I mean, you can prove some things wrong, like blurring the line between what's possible. So, I mean, when you get like, say, a complete new beginner, it's possible for them to basically recomposition in necessarily like basically like just a moderate intake or just a reasonable amount of macronutrient intake and training, and they can build muscle and burn fat at the same time. But that has a shelf life. You're talking about like when you get to when you have some years under your belt, then you're either growing or you're working on burning fat. You're not necessarily doing both, and that's where the pharmaceuticals come in, and then they stomp the rules down, and they basically tear down that wall of what's possible, and they open up all the floodgates for everything to happen at once.
Yeah, when we started, like 2011, I was 125. I was like 120, 125 walking around, and then you just don't understand it, and you pick up bits and pieces from everybody.
Right.
And there's so much bullshit around that in the gyms that people say how to do things. Genetic does actually go and do appetite, joint strength, mass, and then that's a lot of like your natural genetic. But then you do have to eat more no matter what if you want to grow.
Correct. A reasonable amount, and that's relative to the individual. So
it is.
I anymore. I don't get as many questions or even just insults. No one taught, like probably 5-6 years ago, I went through this phase where everybody was just bashing what I was doing. And,
yeah, for sure.
And that's locally, obviously, but when people, you can't really argue against what happens, and it doesn't matter what anyone says. It just matters what works. So if it works, it works. I always say that, but yeah, you're just predisposed. But the best advice I can give people is just, basically you have to establish a foundation and build upon that. Yes, some people are more blessed than others, but there's just a lot of things to take into consideration, and it's possible for everybody to make a substantial amount of progression just done the right way.
It's like them girls too that are in the gym and they already have booties, and other girls are trying to get booties.
Well, you're right.
And they're like, I want to try this. And they're like, this is from mom. This is how she got this. Like you're.
Right. And then, with the alpha glutes that we've had on we just opened that membership up, like I think last week it went live. So for $5 a month, you can get my glute programming. So we got a couple glute workouts a week.
That's a pretty good deal.
Essentially, to be honest, like male, female, most of our training can be identical across the board. So what one person uses, the other person can use. It's just a matter of executing things. So all of the exercises, we are all human. We all have the same anatomy, so to speak. So we all are going to move in similar ways. So our muscles are essentially real similar, so they grow in the same way too. Yeah. So when you stimulate them properly, it doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, you're gonna get what you're looking for. And that's where people go wrong. They think, do women necessarily need to train differently than men? No, but if you're looking to like emphasize your ass, for example, then your glute program is going to come and it's going to have a lot more frequency in your training as opposed to maybe say arms or something like that. Yeah. So you can take things and work on them, and basically it's like carving a statue. You can get the foundation, and then from there you can build upon what you think you need.
I think a lot of guys need to do that too. Like dudes are always hitting chest and shoulders.
Right.
Shoulders the most. I have a problem with missing arm day. Like I do legs majority of the time.
Sure.
And I just forget all the time. Like it's always at the end of the week, and that's when I get busy and I fall off. And then it's always arms. Because I used to do segregated lifts, which
one muscle group per session.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to do segregated, and now
the bro split.
Yeah. Now when I go in, I'm 38. So now I go in, and if I'm feeling good, I'll do like beginning 4 or 5 things of legs. And then I'll top off with like a compound upper body, and I'll be done. But I have to do something that like is not too taxing on my body nowadays,
right?
Because I just don't got the recovery for it.
So you're not training body part specifically. So you mentioned performance enhancement. So here's a little tip for everyone too. When you are a natural athlete or a natural lifter, the frequency and the volume and the intensity by which you can train and maintain is different than an enhanced athlete. So the bro split works for people who are performance enhanced, and then you need more frequency and basically hitting your muscle groups more frequently in your programming, depending on what type of split split you are.
Yeah.
So you're going to need a little more exposure and probably a little less volume. Your typical gym bro, let's call them, that, you know, they're going to have, we're not going to pick them apart body part wise, but you know, if you mentioned Instagram, so they're flipping through and they see some pro bodybuilder's arm workout and it's 56 sets of biceps and, you know, 80 sets of triceps.
Yeah.
The volume is absurd. If it's a dozen exercises, that's way too many. So, you know, you need to learn how to get the most bang for your buck, and just not do everything you can think of on each given day.
Right.
You know, so inside of a training split, like we have a ton of splits on my website that we use, and it's utilized differently by different people. So my training split on my daily trainer, the one that releases weekly with new stuff, we're on a 6-day split, but I adjust what we train and how we train, the frequency, the volume, the intensity, the movement pattern selections, all of that stuff I modulate. So that's why I believe what I believe, because I've had a lot of experience in being able to set up a split that's solid, and then that split should not stay the same forever. So if you train,
are you making these, or are you like ripping them off?
No, dude, I've been generating my own workout structure and programming for probably over 5 years. It started 5 years ago, probably in like an email delivery format, where basically we had like email subscription. And this new website now has been up it's probably just crossed the 2-year anniversary. I had a site before this one that was a membership platform as well. This one has been up for 2 years, and it basically works just like an app. So it's 100% organically generated workouts.
That's good.
And yeah, like I said, there's a lot of people watch what I do and they're like, oh, this is real weird, but it's unique. There's some unorthodox stuff, but obviously we use a lot of the same basic foundational stuff. So it's good stuff. So I stand behind the programming 100%.
What do you think about guys feeling uncomfortable, like they kind of feel gay, if they go into a gym and they start doing glute activated workouts,
right,
and hams and like adductor lifts?
I do that shit 2 times a week, just like the girls. You know, yesterday I actually didn't get a video. I hip thrusted 725 pounds yesterday. There's nothing bitch about that. So you go talk to most guys, they can't move 100 or 725 on any lift. So your glutes are basically more important essentially for power production than like even your abdominal wall. You know, they work together. But you know, if you're trying to grow your legs, for example, if you don't have the glutes, you can't do it. You just won't be able to grow big legs without big glutes. They're hand in hand.
Like moderate glutes, you'll have semi-moderate quads.
You just won't have the full development. It won't be there. You know, it's not going to be there. And there's a guarantee that you can place behind that. Your hips and your glutes, like I said, they're very, very important to those movements. And like I said, everybody can squat and deadlift, but that's not always going to be enough. And how you do stuff.
Are good, but you do need to target isolated workouts that are like, you know, targeting your glutes and your adductors and adductors.
Right.
Absolutely. Your adductors, especially, man. Those never really get work day-to-day walking.
Right. You got to go in and do shit. Like every little thing that you're leaving untouched basically is a stone you're leaving unturned. It's progress that you're leaving on the table. So you just got to do the shit, even if you think it's gay or whatever. I used to never want to do it or know anything about it. And then I spent a hell of a lot of time learning and studying glute training and anatomy. And now I have a program that, you know, I just posted a picture on Instagram. You know, we had a girl put 4 inches around her ass in 6 months, and that's insane. That's some muscle growth.
That's good. Yeah.
You know, so if you can, again, if people want to sit there and talk shit about this program, well, look at the asses that are being produced by it. You know, so you know it is what it is. You know, you can always have an opinion on something, but
science is science, and that brings me I want to get into I do want to not really talk shit. I want to talk about why you're not into CrossFit, like the solid CrossFit.
Right. Why would I not go 100% into CrossFit?
Yeah.
Right. Well, personally, like I said, it just doesn't suit the type of style that I like to train in. Essentially the WODs, for example, a lot of times they're more like almost like a cardio workout. If you're really strong, say you're a power lifter, you transition yourself from a power lifter or an Olympic lifter, you're going to be a great CrossFitter because you can move good and you can train and you're strong. You're going to be a great, anybody who's an athlete can do any style of training. They're going to be able to Olympic lift, CrossFit, bodybuild, power lift, it don't matter. Like someone who's well-rounded is going to be able to do it all. Why don't I like it? It just isn't, it just isn't going to be suitable for the type of stuff that I'm looking to do with my own physique. So physique wise, I've taken people out of CrossFit structure and really done a lot for their physique when that was their goal. So the thing about CrossFit that I think is probably the best is the community.
Yeah, you're part of a group, and that's what they want to do. It's like a church.
Exactly.
You go there for the positivity and the environment, and they're all working together to push each other.
And they're probably the tightest crew. They're gonna be like the least competitive against each other, and they're the most supportive. So they have the best community essentially, and that's what draws so many people there. From a basically progression standpoint, it's still a class. There's still a bunch of people running around, so the execution is usually a little less than, you know. I'm an execution coach, so if shit's not on point, I don't let it happen. You're never gonna beat a one-on-one circumstance over a group one.
Yeah.
So that just is what it is. You know, you can't you get 100 people into a class, you can't produce top tier results with 100 people. It's not possible, you know?
Yeah.
It just isn't.
I trained like 3 or 4 girls, and they basically, I was there to hold their hand and just show them the ropes.
It's like guidance essentially.
Yeah. It's like a beginner, just to be a buddy to go. Because like nobody really wants to go into the gym alone and then be overwhelmed with how to use equipment, where to start, because there's a lot, and especially about your body when you don't understand where to start. Everybody thinks you need to do abs every day. Well, that's not the thing if you're doing compound lifts. And
some people may not need to do any extra.
Yeah, some people don't even need to, but that's like the hardest thing is people want to lift, people want to go into the gym, they want to be fit, they want to change their life, but it is hard for them to go in alone and just be accepted because they're intimidated by everybody else who's already been there, and they just don't want to be seen. And
correct. Yeah. So I mean, you know, again, back to why I mean, personally, like I've tried it. I can do CrossFit WODs with the best of them. You know, I'm not soft to that technique or that style of training. I just don't prefer it. And I found, like I said, there could be slight programming flaws and things like that. So there's just, you know, they don't incorporate some movements. Like I said, when you neglect or just only look at certain movements and make them the holy grail, there's a lot of possibility and a lot of shit you're leaving on the table. So if you're going to not use this movement because it doesn't incorporate a barbell or something like that, there's a lot of shit that you're missing out on. Cables, dumbbells and things like that. They use some dumbbell work, but again, you know, if they just only have like this small structure or set of things that they do, you leave some shit on the table, and then what happens is you become closed-minded to that, and then you're limited. Now anytime you like close the door on something, it's a limited amount of progression that you can make. You need to open the door to more shit. So if you've been doing anything for X amount of years, maybe you should go try something else for a while, you know? So I like to mix things into our program. So we power lift, you know, we bodybuild, we do a lot of different shit. We do some Olympic lifting and, you know, overhead squatting, and we mix it up. So it makes you versatile, which if you're versatile, you're volatile is what I like to say. You can go do anything like I mentioned before.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, if you have good strength and conditioning and mobility are the 3 pillars of fitness. Yeah. So no matter what discipline you do, if you have all 3 of those, you're going to be able to go slay any type of training that you want.
What do you think about too much, like, you start causing more stress on your body and the cortisol levels start raising because you're not
So basically another thing that you meant, now that that's a good point, because CrossFit, like I said, we got the hard work part down here, but then there's smart work over here. So you can go hard work yourself to some progression, but that hard work can be stupid, not smart, not planned out, not programmed, not progressive, and it can just start beating you up and hurting you.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people doing CrossFit. I'm not picking anybody apart here, but if you're wearing braces and, you know, you're rock taped up, you're taped up and you're basically got a suit of armor on to go in and train because you're hurt everywhere, you probably better check your program, bro, and, you know, just make sure that it's not hurting you more than it's helping.
A lot of people don't drink enough water.
Well, that too, but I mean, if you're beating yourself up more than you're doing yourself good, you're just doing a lot of stupid work. It's not smart anymore.
That's why I pay attention to my joints a lot more. Like when I started lifting, I did research like quite a bit, and one thing I've always been against is lockout. I will never, ever in my life, and I don't give a shit who says, you know, it's like how the pros do it. Like I will never lock my knees out, lock my shoulders, elbows, anything out when I do things, because that just starts ruining that cartilage in every joint. It starts applying that pressure on top.
Just over usage errors, like on lockouts. Like I said, somebody was talking about squat depth the other day, and squat depth is something that is basically just this floating top. How deep should you squat? Yeah. And that's relative to the opinion. If you're a power lifter, you got to finish your lift. So when you're bodybuilding, maybe like the style of training you're talking about, yeah, when you leave it off of the full extensions into the hammering your joints, then you're actually affecting your muscle tissue, and then you're taking less damage into your joints. You basically want to be the baddest motherfucker you can, but do the least damage to yourself as possible. Because if you can recover, that's essentially the keystone of what down the road progression is the better you recover, the better you can keep getting. If you can't recover, you can't come in and get better. So progressive overload, keep adding weight to things. If you could progressively overload forever indefinitely, you'd be able to deadlift 10,000 pounds in 10 years.
Yeah.
Eventually that weight limit is going to hit a mark. And if you can't lift anymore, you can't lift anymore. So you have to modulate variables, like you mentioned, time under tension training, tempo, drop sets, cluster sets,
Drop sets,
intensity variables.
drop sets have gotten me out of so many things. Like I've always been a tiny dude, but one day, man, I did 275 on bench, and I was weighing in at 135
Sure.
when I was cutting, and I could not believe I put that up. It wasn't the hugest amount, but holy crap, man! Like
Every dog has his day,
dude. It was scary. I thought it was gonna come bust me like right in my face, but I was like, let's get it.
Like I said, and then that's another thing too, especially with body and a lot of lifters. I've adopted different things over the years, but I like to treat it as an art form. So training, I like to take that basic exercise and put as much fucking attention to detail as I can, and doing that shit like in such a different or better. I find a better way to do everything, even the most simple shit. So I think like 10 steps deeper into every exercise. Dude, it's made me like personally progress me so much more, and the attention to detail that I pay into my people that I coach, it pays them off tenfold.
Yeah.
And when you just make these small adjustments to them, it just, the biggest difference happens, and it's like the devil's in the details.
I see some people, they'll like stop drinking, I don't know, for like a month or two.
Right.
And they'll just lose the water weight. And it's not really losing weight. You're not getting that much more actively healthy, especially when you haven't bumped up your nutrition or anything that you're doing in the gym. You're losing that water weight, and I think they're getting healthier, but they're not really changing anything, because if they went back to it, they'd be the same.
Right. So essentially, like, this can hold true with anything. Like if you lose like water weight, like you said, is usually one of the first things to happen. If you're holding water, and usually people with shit diets and shit lifestyles are going to be holding, they're going to be puffy. So your boozing and stuff like that it's going to affect you for sure. When you drop your water, people look at that 10 pounds they lost, or it could be a lot more, or less. It just depends.
It's like 15.
It could be any, it can be anything, without trying to say there's an actual, there isn't. It's just different for everyone. But that initial weight loss, you don't lose any fat. Like when someone does any new diet, they don't have a ton of fat loss in that, like that. It doesn't happen that way. Fat is lost in a slow and generalized manner. And weight loss is weight loss. So on the scale, if it shows 10 pounds lost, you're going to be, I lost 10 pounds. Yeah, you did. But you can go to the bathroom and shit and lose 2 pounds.
That's true, yeah.
You can drink a gallon of water and gain 8 pounds.
I've seen people, you want to help people, but then you're kind of a dick if you step in and you want to help them a little bit, because they think they gain all this knowledge and they know what they're doing. They're not, if you're not executing, you're not executing. You're not getting it done.
Right. Yeah, it's working. If it works, it works. If it
there's a lot of
doesn't.
people around here that get offended when they're doing something.
Everyone does. Okay. I'm not afraid to step in, and my honest opinion is very blunt. I have a very blunt delivery, but it's always with the best intentions. So, you know what? It's what people need to hear, and I'm glad people are very proud of their progress that they start making. But that initial progress, good for you guys, but that's not shit in the long-term progression.
If you want to keep going, you need to keep climbing. Like,
exactly.
Definitely. Or you'll just burn out like everybody else does when they do things. That's what goes back to people who get inspired for a good 2 to 3 months, and then they fall off, and then they get back on, and they're like, I need to start dieting again. I need to do this. And then they fall off again. And just stick with it a little bit, and you don't have to brag about it. You don't have to put a picture on Instagram or Facebook every day or every couple weeks.
Right.
It's just do your thing.
Social media, basically, for most people. Here's another good thing that I read an article on, how we use social media and why. Most people, or a lot of people, I can't say most, but they use it for validation. So they want to be validated in, I look this good, or a girl that takes the shot from the top down that you can see down her shirt a little bit, and then puts an inspirational quote or a picture of her ass, and then a nice a quote of Socrates or some shit like that.
And the guys that
essentially
it's flexing.
Yeah, it's and I'm in the fitness industry, so I do have pictures of shit like that too. But I'm doing it for a purpose. I'm not doing it for validating myself. I don't need to validate myself. I'll prove myself, and that's my validation. But social media to me is advertising, and it's an advertising platform. Yep. So it's either useful to you or it's useless. Now the average female, it said like between 18 and 35 checks Facebook like 50 plus times a day.
Holy shit.
But if you don't count Instagram, Snapchat, so they're probably say they spend like two to 3 hours a day on social media. And those are the same people that are posting all these inspirational quotes and stuff and how much they're grinding and how hard they're working. If you were working so fucking hard, you wouldn't have time to post, you know? And I build it into my day as part of my day, delegate my time, X amount of time to spend on social media where I can use it beneficially. And then, maybe 5 or 10% of the time, I just play around with it like everyone else.
One thing about people who are in fitness too is it starts to mentally change how you feel.
Right.
You start feeling really good and really positive. And I mean, it starts beating down that depression that you got.
I totally agree. So it's not just physical. It's a lot of it's
it is,
emotional.
And I see people getting pissed off at other people that are just feeling good when they start getting into it. And they're actually making good progress in 2-3 months, and they're sticking with it. And everybody's like, I'm sick of your shit and stuff. And these poor girls and these dudes are getting shit, and they're getting beat down by these people who refuse to
well, that's what they would call fit shaming.
Well, yes, there's fit shaming and fat shaming.
Right. So if you're I guess my opinion is just do what you need to do for you, and don't worry about what anyone else is doing or what they're not doing, I guess.
There's a lot of people in the fitness community that do care about what people think about them.
It doesn't have to be just fitness. It could be just in general. I think a lot of people, if they are in the same industry, they don't want someone else to be successful, or they don't like knowing that someone is maybe kicking way more ass than they are. And that's just that's kind of a character flaw in them.
I like to see all my friends like kicking ass and doing shit.
I agree. I'm all, like I said, if there was somebody that's doing good stuff, like I'm all for everyone being successful. There's room for everyone to be successful.
They don't know that there is plenty of shit you can do whatever you want.
Right. And I think
you don't have to have the shitty job that's making you
and and no matter where you live, everybody's like, oh, Rapid City this, Rapid City that, small town this. It's going to be like that everywhere you go. It doesn't matter where you're at.
Your life follows you wherever you go.
It's the same shit. So if you live in a metropolitan area, the place you live in is going to become small because your circle is going to be the same people, and then there's your small community again.
Yeah, your personality totally attracts who
your vibe attracts your tribe.
Yeah, it's not religious either. It's your vibe is, I don't know, man. I don't want to sound too hippie or holistic, but it's like positive and negative vibes, and you don't need to be that bullshit positive. Like I post positive things. This is helping me think positive. No, you need to be actually active with other people and be positive rather than on Facebook or Instagram or anything.
But again, validation. So, you can be, and people can use and leverage great ideas and concepts and, positivity through social media. So you can't say it's all bad, but
it's not all bad, but
my opinion, basically, like what I see, like when I get on Facebook, Instagram's a little different now. We all use it for different reasons. We have different, social media platforms, but Facebook is more localized. So
there you go.
Facebook is a little more localized, so you'll see the same things, but people just respond to the stupidest shit. Like you could post the greatest content out there, the greatest message, and people are just going to blow right past it and click on a meme or something like that. The ignorance, the humor, and people are just they want the likes.
I love memes, man.
But I mean, if you're just out there for how many likes you can get, you're out there for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, 90% of the people that are even liking it, you don't even know. It's like some 70-year-old dude who just wants to look at your ass and stuff.
Well, that'd be a female posting a picture and saying anything they want to. I didn't read the caption, but I looked at the picture and I liked it, and that's what it is. I don't care what you have to say. I just like the way that your picture looks. So no, I totally, and that's not putting anyone down. And, again, don't validate yourself by how many likes your new profile picture can get or what you posted. If you're just posting generally, then it really doesn't mean much essentially in the grand scheme of the day or in your life.
But the thing is, these kids that are growing up nowadays are going to grow up with this validation that they're going to need around here. And I already do see it. There's a lot of kids who want to be individuals, want to be themselves, but they're getting a lot of shit, and they're getting a lot of shit online. So we as adults need to calm the fuck down with trying to get all this validation, because we're the ones who are putting that stepping stone there for these kids, and these kids are just taking it further and further.
Probably yes, and then obviously just the access to the mobile devices and just technology. I mean, you and me aren't too far apart in age, but you know, we didn't have cell phones when we were kids, dude. I rode my fucking bicycle to the bowling alley with my bowling card, and you ride your bike to your buddy's house, and or you call him on the telephone. And I got a cell phone pretty young. I can't remember when I first had one, but it was a, you know, just kind of a, I remember the bag phones. Do you remember those?
Yeah,
it was like a bag cell
mobile,
phone.
Yeah,
it was like a little
phone.
portable satellite you had to carry around. And then, you know, we never had smartphones. So you've got all this information at your fingertips, and, you know, a lot of good and bad things to look at. And I think that it just really has made people lazy.
I was 18 when I first got my cell phone.
Sure. And I mean, that's not like, I think I was younger than
They
that.
actually
you know?
it was the Nokia with like Snake.
And yeah.
Stuff.
The one where you actually had to push the buttons a few times to get the letters to come out in a text message.
Yeah, I got my buddy. We came here to Rapid, and we were at Sam's Club, and he was like, "Dude, Cellular One." He's like, "Let's get a cell phone," and I was like, "Dude, I ain't getting no."
That's
cell
what
phone.
I had was Cell One.
Yeah, I was making good money back then too, and I was like, "All right, dude, let's do it." He's like, "I'll get one." So he got one. I actually had one for a couple weeks, but he was getting like an upgrade already to that Nokia with just the buttons. It was just the fat battery in the back that always fell out.
Yep.
So I was like, all right, man, I got it. And I was like, it was like 60 something bucks a month. And he had to pay like a couple $100 for the phone. But I was like, screw it.
That was a lot. Dude, I remember my cell plan was like, I want to say it was like seriously like $17.99 a month or something when I first started. I don't, maybe a little more or less, but my plan now, you know, that's another thing is the price that these devices are. Your phone is over $1,000. A cell phone plan through Verizon is, you know, mine's $150 a month. You know, the market is inflated.
It is big time.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, it just, and that's the thing is, you know,
trying to do this, like trying to find equipment, and I couldn't even afford like a new computer.
Right.
This is like my girlfriend's out of her closet.
So, I mean, you just got to use what you can, and essentially it still works, gets the job done. And, you know, everybody wants the new iPhone and shit, but you know, it's just like a new vehicle. You buy a brand new truck and it's worth nothing the next day after you pay for it.
And, you drive it off the lot and you're done.
Yeah. It's just it's a terrible investment. Essentially, there's people that have businesses I've seen that actually just, they get phones. They'll just buy people's old phones, and they actually have websites that sell phones straight up. Like you could buy, like I could sell my phone to this, essentially this merchant, and they're just going to resell it, and they'll make a profit on it. There's a
lot of people doing things out there to get money, and
hustling.
So Facebook, man, market. Everybody's trying to get freaking retail on some old junk, or they find old junk and they're like, it's antique, I want $70 for it.
It's basically just like the online pawn shop. You can
hate
sell
that.
anything honestly, I haven't really sold that many things, but I've had good luck selling things. I haven't had like atrocious pricing or anything
I like the lowball people. I got that.
Well, everything's negotiable.
I got that tripod for $10.
Sure. That's, everything when something's used, every price is negotiable. Like this phone, like I said, this isn't worth near what I paid for it now.
Yeah.
I own it, but it's not worth shit.
Yeah, there's oh man.
But every price that, like I said, when this is not new, it's negotiable. Now the condition that things are in, that, you know,
people were holding on to the iPhone 10s because they were like trying to get rid of them for a G and stuff, and they were getting those buy one get one iPhone 10s,
right? And
they were trying to get a G for it. Nobody will even buy it now for like $600-700.
You want to know what my opinion is on Apple and iPhone? It's just all overpriced. It's like a culture thing.
I'd rather have an Apple than a Android,
because like this, honestly, everything that I've read, like the Samsung phone outperforms the iPhone, and they've had the technology faster. I think I actually read too that iPhone screens, Samsung has the patent on it, so they actually have to pay Samsung for the screen.
The protector?
The screen of your phone, not the protector, the actual screen.
Like the LCD?
The screen. No, just the cup, the screen, the actual screen, not the display, but the screen on it.
Gorilla Glass?
I don't have any idea. I just read it, and I don't know if it's true, so I'm not going to speak that as, like, again, I talked about fact.
If it's from the Huffington Post, it's bullshit.
Sure, I don't know where I caught it, but it wasn't like on Us Weekly or anything like that. It wasn't at Safeway in the checkout aisle or whatever. But no, I honestly, like I said, I've used Apple stuff, and it's just a transition of the user platform. Yeah, and that's a big thing why people think it's better or worse.
Well, a lot of people around here, PC versus Apple, right? They want it like they want more functionality in things they use. So they want PC or Android, right? But they're not doing shit that's functional that requires it,
right?
Like,
if you're just playing around, then...
but yeah, no, there's really no use for it, and nobody's really in an industry that they need that much. you know.
Right. It depends on what you're using stuff for.
To
And like I've
change
had
things in
a
your
lot of
phone.
guys that work on computers or computer guys, like the guy that built my website. A lot of those people are Apple
Yeah,
computer,
I see
100%.
a lot of
I've
people
heard that a lot.
a lot of people in tech actually do have Apple,
Right. And
because they are sick and tired of doing all their tech savvy stuff on their computers. They
Right.
want something simple and just straight to the point, and don't have to screw around with it. And that's the only reason. It's like a break from actually having that PC or that Mac, that PC or that Android. Like, you know, they're always like,
it's a matter of it's just like fitness. Everyone's
Yeah.
got a fucking opinion on everything. This phone's better than this one, and
Yeah.
nobody can prove it. So let's just all have whatever phone we have, and we can all get along with our own business.
Yeah.
As long as it works, dude, I'm okay. If I had an iPhone right now, I wouldn't care. It works.
Let's talk about bullshit supplements real quick.
Bullshit supplements.
Yeah. People are like addicted to them BCAs.
Branched chain amino acids.
Yeah.
So I actually carry a line of supplements on my website. So I have an online store.
Mhm.
We're looking at picking up a couple more lines. So I've been selective. I can basically go out just like any sub shop and just get the company on the horn or whatever, and I can carry lines. And I just carry one line now. BCAs and branched chain amino acids, you know, for what they're worth and what they're going to do for you, as far as like generating any result. Essentially, supplements are the last thing you're going to spend your money on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So if your first thing is your nutrition and your training. If you pay for those things first, you don't go down to the store and drop $500 on supplements, and then put shit into your diet and training.
Yeah, people are buying the wrong protein, whey or isolate, and they don't know which one. They're just picking up a protein.
Well, there's tons of proteins. I just watched. So
There's
I
different
like
kinds.
Dr. Lane Norton, dude, smart. So he just posted a thing on collagen protein, saying how it's basically shit for what they say. It's like the new thing, and
is it?
essentially collagen. You know, it isn't. Leucine is basically the most important
Leucine, yeah.
amino in your protein, and it basically has the lowest amount as compared to like hydrolyzed whey, which will be way higher, like 3 times higher. I just watched his video.
Hydrolyzed is expensive.
But it's also the best.
Yeah, it is, but it is expensive. It's
Right.
like $70-$80 for like pint.
But it just depends on like if you're going to here's the supplement market right here. It's just like anything. It's just like pharmaceuticals. The margins of profit are so jacked up, it's insane.
It is. Yeah.
So what I do on my side is I offer what's called a fair market price. I don't have to have influencers giving out coupon codes, because you're going to end up paying the same price anyway.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're getting a deal, you're not. If they can give you 30% off every day, you're still making them a profit. So they're not losing money. And if you need coupon codes and sales and things like that, that's stupid. Why not just have fair market price? It's a good price all the time, 24/7, 365. You're getting the top quality thing at the best possible price.
Yeah.
You can go on Amazon and find my supplements, and it's going to be the same price.
I use creatine
Sure.
pre-workout, just because if I don't get a couple coffees in,
Right.
and you can drink coffee in the morning, but you do actually retain that water.
Performance
when you drink that.
compounds in your pre-workout, rather than just buying like the stim-based buzz. Essentially, you know, if people get like a kid, they want to get fucked up, they want to feel
I like that stimulation because
Right.
it keeps you moving. I don't like.
I would agree with that, but you could have
Yeah.
too much stim, which is not good for you. And then the performance blend basically would be all the other compounds in your pre-workout. The dosages. We have a thing called pixie dusting, which is basically not putting enough of the effective ingredients, and then we have efficacious dosing, which is basically enough. So if your pre-workout has like 5 grams total volume and weight, that's pixie dusted. You can't have 5 grams of all the right stuff and get enough out of it.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you do.
So
need
these
to
little
do a
mini
little
ass
bit of research.
scoops,
Yep.
you know, those are bullshit.
They are, man. I got some really good stuff. It was see, I did the equation basically off of like how many cups of coffee.
Right.
I usually have
You're
in the
just trying
morning.
to equate your caffeine or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, caffeine is basically going to be one thing, but there's stim-free pre-workouts that are awesome that don't have any caffeine or stimulants, and they're great.
Yeah, see, I'd rather have something with some caffeine.
They
and
call
some
them
stimulation.
right. They
in it.
call them a pump product.
Yeah,
basically.
It's they do have pump products that do that,
And that's basically what a stim-free pre-workout is.
But green tea, man, or what is that? That not green tea. Well, yeah, green tea caffeine that they're putting in there. It's like that extract of caffeine. It's healthier.
Teacrine. Are you saying teacrine?
No, it's caffeine.
Because teacrine is basically like the patented
it's
version of what I think you're trying to tell me.
It's just extracted.
Right, I know what you mean. You can get stimulants off of a lot of different types of stuff.
Yeah, but it's like it's more stimulant than a coffee bean.
Right.
And they're putting like less of it in there, so it probably takes only like 80 milligrams to make you feel like you had 2 cups of coffee,
Right.
and it's great.
So you're a stim junkie.
Yeah,
So
absolutely, man.
here's the other side of that coin. So if you got way too many stims in your pre-workout, a lot of some of the pre-workouts that get banned and then re-brought out, the reason why is because they actually will test hot for meth. So if you're
Well,
are
yeah,
you doing
gotta stay away from
methamphetamine
that.
or are you taking
stay away from
pre-workout?
that. You got to stay away from that methylated pre-workouts. They really don't do those a
So,
whole lot
but
anymore.
basically, just no, not even just that, just some of the stimulants they put in them. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're testing positive for meth, you know, it's probably not gonna. I actually tried a sample of, I think I can't remember the name of it, but it makes me sick to my stomach if I have that. I can't have that nasty, dirty shit in my body.
I can't.
And the kids love that
No,
stuff.
if it's methylated, I got to stay away from it. Like it gives you the jitters like all day. That old jacked.
Yeah,
That
Jack
stuff.
3D.
We
yeah.
had that when we were at any time, and the guys were like, try a
Right.
couple, like not one scoop,
Right.
fucking
Because they were trying to
2.
get fucked up, you know.
Oh, you were though, and you were just like going, but it was so methylated, man. It was huge. It was probably like 15 grams per scoop and methylated, and I was like, no, I'm not having that.
So again,
stay from that.
you want to like get a little knowledge. So like I said, when you go
Yeah.
into a store to buy supplements, I like to be the nice guy that says, hey, don't invest here, invest into your nutrition and training first. If you got some money left over, you can buy some supplements, and here's what you could start with, and what kind of budget do you have? And I can sell shit like crazy. I can be a good salesman. I can talk people into buying anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't condone people when they ask me about supplements and stuff, and I'm just like, you're just wasting your money. Like if you really want to do something, do some hormone replacement therapy for sure. That's the way you're gonna get fucking huge and do anything is hormone replacement therapy. Healthy. See a professional.
Right.
It's gonna help a lot of things. It's gonna help your depression, anxiety. It's gonna help your appetite. It's gonna help like hormone imbalances in your body.
Right.
It's gonna help your thyroid. It's gonna help so many things. Like if you actually do get your blood work done and you get hormone therapy. Like it's so hard nowadays for people to get hormone therapy at all. We need to like get more into hormones, just like we do marijuana around here. Like it needs to be legal. Marijuana needs to be legal, and hormones actually need to be more considered rather than dropping a pill for like sleeping or anxiety.
Right. Oh, I'm not really big on like big pharma, and like that. The pharmaceutical industry is kind of out of whack, and not kind of, probably a lot. So
yeah,
and again, pharmaceuticals and things like that, just like supplements, and everything is marked up so heavily that you don't go talk to a lot of people that love their hospital experiences a lot because of the price and things, exhausted funds and insurance companies, and there's so many third party hands and everything that it creates such a large elevated cost that nothing is affordable anymore. We can't buy shit. Like you can't buy anything anymore without it being expensive. Nothing's cheap
around here in the Black Hills. I don't know, man. Like I'm kind of glad I am into fitness a little bit because we are all getting older and we don't have the perfect lifestyle here. We like to go out and have some fun. So it's good to like, kind of balance it out and do like fitness.
Right.
And not everybody can be a 100% athlete, but like if you're going to be here for a long time, it's good to start looking after your body.
Oh, 100%
going down.
Vitality,
yeah,
well-being. So health, again, people look at fitness as a face value. It's just a physical thing that you're creating. So you're just trying to look good on the outside, but you need to feel good and be good on the inside as well.
So, a lot of people are paying attention to how they look on the outside and that scale.
And you could look great. You can look great on the outside and be extremely unhealthy on the inside.
Yep.
Pro bodybuilders.
There's a lot of people who just look like great, but you just talk to them and it's so negative. It's like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, you need a little more work.
Right.
Yeah. You're like damaging yourself. You're putting too much stress on yourself doing that. It's depressing.
Just a little more positivity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, I had a really shitty week, and I ran across a handful of people the last couple of days, people I work with and coach and stuff, and it made me realize that there's a lot of just being a positive person. People appreciate you for that. Even if they don't tell you, just because you had a bad day. I just posted on my Instagram, don't be a shithead to someone else because you had a bad day. Just be positive. And that's probably the best thing you can do for anyone else. Even if unless they're a complete dick to you all the time, don't talk to them. But when you never know how shitty of a day or what's going on in someone else's life, that you need to be an asshole. Just be nice to them to a fault.
Yeah, maybe they're not like that. They're just having a bad day too,
Right,
you
but
know.
a lot of times, dude, I could even be guilty of it. You know, I'm a professional, so whether I have a bad day or something went wrong in my person, I got to show up to work and I got to be there for other people who depend on me.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with what kind of shit's going on with me. I got to give my best to someone else, and
Yeah.
a lot of people just it's about them. They're so selfish that it's hard to look outside of your own self and be like, why are you being a shithead today just because you didn't sleep well?
Yeah.
This person over here, their grandma passed away, or their dog died, or you know whatever. Their marriage is in shambles, or
yeah.
you know.
I understand why people. I'm not religious at all, man. I don't know, what I consider myself as. I'm not religious at all, but I understand why some people go to church just for the positivity and environment.
Right.
I that's why I go to the gym.
Right.
Like some people like to lift.
That's your
in
church,
their house.
the Iron Church.
Yeah, that's why I go. Like people like to lift in their basement,
Right.
or they like to go to an empty gym. I don't like to be in an empty gym, and I don't like to lift in my basement or
Right.
anything.
You want to be there in the environment.
I want to be
Right.
around the environment. I want the atmosphere around me, people working hard, and I want to work hard next to them. I want to do things
Right.
like
Making yourself better.
Yeah, it's just
positive.
It's the environment around you. It's
Agreed.
great. I love it, and I don't understand how some people love an empty gym. It's like you may think
If you got some good music,
Well,
got some good music.
Some people think they have that drive, but then they're like half-ass and shit, and they're like, nobody's around. That is like, you're not having that credibility. Right. Somebody's like, hey man, good job. When you hear that in a gym and you're just doing your own thing, you're like, hell yeah, thanks.
So you're going there for the community, like we talked about earlier, CrossFit.
Yep.
I can relate to that. I don't mind. I'm gonna go get done what I need to get done. I'm gonna focus on what I'm doing. A lot of people think that, I guess I go to my gym, they think that I'm mean, but I'm focused.
Yeah.
But the Swoley Bible, that's a good religion to believe in too. That's in my dresser in my head, right beside my bed. So
that's cool, man.
I read that before I go to bed.
That's so gay. I'm just kidding. No, gym etiquette for one, man. Well, there's a lot of people I see not re-racking their weights, not wiping down after sweating their chest and their ass off on the bench. I hate, and gym etiquette I think is very important because you got to treat a gym like it's yours.
Right. It's just like a public bathroom, I posted this meme on my business page, and it was a public restroom, and it just showed a picture of a guy just pissing and shitting all over the floor, and it's a public restroom, just not caring. Yeah, the busier the place is, you got to bring some etiquette in, and a lot of people probably they don't maybe know or recognize or understand that their etiquette is poor. I think it was on T Nation, which is, I don't know if you're familiar with T Nation.
Testosterone Nation.
Yeah. So they have a website and obviously social media, but they had a thing that was an article on the 10 worst people in the gym etiquette wise. The stinker, the guy who stinks, and
they don't change their clothes.
The stinker, they call him. Yeah, the stinker. No deodorant. They stink. They wear the same clothes. The micro repper who overloads every piece of equipment and doesn't lift it anywhere, just barely moves it. Hard on the equipment. So from a business standpoint, some guy that comes in and overloads everything and just shakes it around, he's hard on your equipment. Well, he's a bad member.
Yeah, they're using body English, and they're like, like trying to get
from a business standpoint, those people are bad for your business because they may be drawing business away, because if this guy stinks so bad I can't be around him, I'm going to leave this gym.
I've done that.
People are just that have bad habits. Now, how should a guy handle that? I guess you should probably pull him to the side and let him know, hey, this is what you need to fix. If it was me, I would tell them this is what we have to fix, or you're not going to be a member here anymore because I'm looking out for this community. You don't want one person to ruin it for everyone else.
Yeah, man.
And any gym you've ever been to, you've had circumstances where people have been kicked out, or you've come into situations where the etiquette is poor, and you recognize it, and you have to handle those things properly without being too much of a dick. But people need to know what they're doing is not going to fly. And
speaking of gym etiquette, breathing correctly. If somebody's training you and they're not training you how to breathe correctly,
right,
and you're get the fuck out of here, man. I can't handle that
shit. So a little bit of grunting and moaning, I guess that'll happen. But
no, for sure it'll happen. But I mean, straight up moaning, don't do it. My headphones ain't loud enough. And it's not just for me. I know dudes and girls who've looked over at me and are like, is this really happening?
No, every club's got its characters. Everybody's got these little weird habits, and no, I agree. Breathing is important. It's a technique, but
it is.
The Valsalva maneuver of breathing. It's a breathing technique.
It's like vacuuming.
Kind of. It's basically just breathing in and then tightening everything up. It's bracing is what I call it.
Diaphragm.
Yep, teaching people how to brace for their lift.
That's people need to learn.
And then when you
It's not-
breathe properly, you can generate a stronger contraction.
Yeah,
and,
they need to like stop breathing in from the gut and start using their diaphragm a little more.
like in through the nose, out through the mouth.
Yep.
You can actually nose breathe exercises both ways,
Yeah.
and you can you can do a lot of different things with your breathing.
A lot of people who run on the treadmill, you see them huffing and puffing out of their mouth. They need to start breathing out their nose,
Right.
and they wonder why they're getting lightheaded or they're getting a headache. It's because they're not getting the oxygen they need because they're not breathing through their nose. You breathe in more oxygen through your nose
Right.
than you do your mouth.
Back to the foundation, we talked about learning how to breathe.
Yeah.
That's on the list.
Yep.
Mobilizing your body, that's on the list.
Yep.
Can't be big and strong without breathing right and learning how to move first.
Yeah, man, I catch myself nowadays. Like the other day, I was doing squats, and I was like on the way up, and then I started getting lightheaded, and I was like, I'm not breathing right. And I had to change everything up.
Breath holders, so
Yeah.
holding your breath.
Dude,
Blow your head up, blow your eyes out.
Yeah, after things get a little heavy, man, you're
Yeah.
gonna get that pink sock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pink sock's gonna come right out your butt.
Yep.
Yep. That's I see people like all about that 1 rep max too. They get like one giant 1 rep max, and I don't think that means shit. I don't give a fuck if you're doing like, 405 for 1 rep. If like two reps, your body can gas out on one doing anything but 2 reps.
There's a
And then
time
you
and
find
place
out-
for all that shit, I would say.
Yeah.
Do you need to max out? Is the max out every day, once per week, probably the way to go? No. Depends on what you're training for,
Well, a lot of people aren't
you know,
training; they're just going to the gym
Yeah,
and they're
and they
doing
just
this.
right.
'cause they
Again,
think
if
they're
you're
gonna
just
get
doing
jacked.
it to do it, again, it's probably not going to be the best means for or the best vehicle for you to. Depends on what your goal is. If that's what you want to do it. But
Yeah, I don't think it's good to max out every week.
no, I mean, again, progression, frequency, volume, and intensity. Those things need to be modulated. Doesn't matter how you're training or what you're training for.
Yeah.
If you manage them, it'll take care of it. If they're mismanaged, it'll not take care of it. Again, back to the progressive overload. You can't keep lifting more weight forever. So you can't keep maxing out every time and keep growing on it. You can't keep maxing out and getting better forever. Progression stops.
Yeah,
The 3 to 5 year lifter is usually the best anyone can get because they can't figure out how to bust through that plateau.
yeah,
Newbie gains, that's nothing. Like we talked about the first 10 pounds you lose or whatever, that's nothing. If you've been lifting for 5 years and you can still find a way to make progression or longer, then you're doing good. You have to be progressive. So everything is, there's got to be some smarts behind what you're doing.
I see it. I mean, it's better than sitting on a couch or just thinking about going. They're actually going, and now they're like an old guy who can barely walk.
Right, at least he's in there. He got up
yeah.
a couple stairs into the gym and he's doing something. So
Yeah.
that's this is where the line, I guess, it gets drawn in the sand. There's exercising, and that's what general people do. Gen pop, I would call it, general population. And then there's executing, which is basically exercising at a much higher level or state or standard. Moving around is exercise. Essentially, you can eat a few chicken salads and move around and generate yourself some sort of result.
Yeah.
But down the road, remember I just talked about that 3
your
to 5
whole
year
body
window.
will plateau.
Right, you need to
for
find
sure.
ways to make progression. So then you have to become an executor, and you can't just be an exerciser anymore. Unless you're okay with where you're at, then I'm not here to tell you where you need to go. It's when people come to me, it's not about where I want to take them. I need to take you guys where you want to go. As far as you guys want to go, I'll take you as far as that fucking is. Wherever it is, I can go there with you.
What do you think about people that make excuses like they have no time?
Oh, it's just time management. You're gonna allot time for things that you really want to do. Do we have time to do everything? No. So busy. Everybody's busy. They say there's a difference between being busy and being productive.
Yeah.
You could be. When I was younger, like I said, I always had this entrepreneurial mindset. But I look back and I was trying to do too many different things. So I was really, really busy getting all of these little tasks done, but they weren't developing the big result for me. I was busy, but I wasn't productive.
You were just burning your wheels.
Time management. Yeah. It wasn't as strong as it could have been. Essentially the ideal situation for anyone, I guess with fitness, you got to always put your time in, but efficiency. So if you spend 50 hours a week getting 10 hours worth of productivity done, you're not being efficient. The person who has a 4-hour work week, they got it made. They don't do shit and they're making, they're set. They're efficient. Their time management's there. Now they're just playing golf and doing what they want.
Yeah.
They're not punching the clock.
Absolutely.
So there's and in fitness, like I said, you have to punch the clock no matter what. You can't not punch the clock on that. You gotta pay your dues every day.
Yeah, man. Especially if you're if you're feeling lethargic, get that recovery, and then step your ass in there next day. Take a day off, but step your ass in there next day and do a little something for a half hour. But just don't give up because you're feeling lethargic. That's the hardest thing.
And
a
I
lot
mean,
of people.
recovery is a part of it, but
Yeah, big time.
you know, and again, back to the, if you're very beginner or novice, you can recover much more quickly, usually because you're not damaging yourself nearly as much because you're not nearly as strong. The more you output and the better athlete you are, you need more recovery. So then it matters. You know, the guy who can't squat, his body weight isn't going to get beat up nearly as much as the guy who can squat 500. You know, the recovery protocols are substantially different. You could do body weight squats daily. It's not really going to ever tear you up too bad. You can get sore if you're not used to doing stuff, but
you'll get sore right away. But
you know, one of the biggest things,
sore.
Right? One of the biggest things is you have to work hard enough to create an adaptation. You have to put your body under an amount of stress that's adequate to create an adaptation. The adaptation, fat loss, building muscle, moving better. So if you're not creating adaptation, you're basically just kind of maintaining. It's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. So you got a daily trainer and you have a butt workout.
Yes, I do.
And you got a website, you got an app.
Yep.
You got
a lot of stuff.
Where do you get this app at?
So you can just go to my website, dedicateanddominate.com. It's not in the app store, so we elected to use a website that works like an app. I just didn't want it in the app store.
Just homepage it or what?
Yeah, you go to my website. It basically is going to pop up. You're going to notice my stuff's branded pretty well. It's pretty easy to recognize. Most people locally here are going to recognize what I do, again, from social media. Anybody that's, you know, got a phone. And you just go to my website and there's a menu of, you can go to my store and purchase supplements like I talked about. You can just purchase straight across services, different coach. You can inquire about my coaching programs, all my 90 days programs, 90 days to alpha, 90 days to athlete, 90 days to alpha male, female. So I've got a whole bunch of them. Alpha Glutes is a $5 a month membership. And then the Daily Trainer we have a free trial on there now. Actually, you can try it for free for 3 days. And then it turns into a 1-month membership. So we've got 1, 3, 6, 1-year memberships to the Daily Trainer. We probably have, I don't know, there's several hundred workouts in the other programs. We have recipes, execution videos. I got a lot of content. So yeah. And then obviously my day-to-day stuff, anytime you ever see me working with someone, it's in one of those 90 days to alpha platforms that I coach on. I don't just take stragglers. I've got people for big programs or I don't have them at all.
Yeah.
And that's just how I work. I'm a recomp coach. So your body's going to change when you're with me. Otherwise I ain't going to have you in my program. You won't I'll fire someone who's not going to make progression.
You know, that's good. Because if you want to do something, you shouldn't have to babysit somebody. They want it themselves. Like quitting cigarettes. If you don't want to quit, you're not going to quit.
Right. And you know, and you're coming to me for the execution in the gym when I'm working with you.
Absolutely.
Execution, not counting your reps and holding the clipboard and shit like that.
Yep.
And then the nutrition management and the shit that's going to get you where you need to go. Am I trying to get you there in the fastest possible time? Yeah, I'm trying to get you from A to B. It's basically like if you put your finger on the map and you got this location you want to go to, but you don't know how to get there. I'm the guy that's driving. You get in the fucking back of the car with me and I'll take you there.
That's good. Yeah.
So that's what I'm here for. I'm your vehicle to get to where you want to go.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I think I want that reputation, and that might mean I don't get a lot of a specific type of person that might be intimidated or whatever. They don't understand what I'm about.
Mm-hmm.
People can be misinformed by social media. They haven't met someone. This guy looks like an aggressive dick or what. Nah, you know, I've just got a lot of experience, and you know, I'm confident enough to say that anybody that steps in front of me, I'm going to have something to offer to them.
You're willing to train like
anyone,
older gentlemen and stuff too,
anyone
that just need to move.
Right. I got a 67-year-old lady that got pretty shredded.
Good,
I've got her on my Instagram. She had never been to the gym. I've got guys in their 50s in the best shape they've ever been in. I've had one guy that could literally barely walk into the gym. I coached this one guy. He was a great dude. I haven't seen him for a while, but he could barely walk. Damn. And I had him squatting and deadlifting and doing every compound movement that everybody should do, you know, in his program. And now he rides his bike. I think he goes to Planet Fitness now, but he rides his bicycle, and, you know, the dude couldn't do shit. And now he's probably real grateful that he could move, you know?
Yeah, that's good, man. You just need a head start. And
that dude probably couldn't even get up and off the toilet, you know?
Yeah.
He was having a hard time, dude. He was really struggling the first few times I met with him. And I was really happy to be able to work with someone like that, because again, people will message my business page and get a hold of me, obviously privately in the DM, because they don't want people to see it. But they ask me if I only work with people who are in shape.
Oh yeah. No.
You know, no, I can help, you know, I can help anyone. Like I just mentioned, I don't care who you are or where you're at. I got something for you and I can help you.
So if people want to get a hold of you, they just find you on Instagram and DM you, or
Instagram. I mean, you can email my website. You can You can email me at my other emails. I think I have like 3 emails. You can go to my Instagram, my Facebook, my Snapchat. You can get a hold of me 100 different ways.
Okay.
There's contact forms on all my social medias, all linked together. So especially on my website, so you'll be able to go to all of my social media platforms. And
AEP.
yeah, a lot of people that know me locally will just probably Facebook messenger me, and I have to go through those because I get quite a bit of flooded in messages on that. So I'll go through the DMs in there that people aren't friends with me. I'll have to accept the request, and sometimes, and then my business page, you can DM that, and there's a lot. You can get a hold of me a million ways. So
Cool.
yeah, a lot of my time I spend in the evenings going through and catching up on who's been trying to get a hold of me and trying to get back to them and follow up. And
Get a secretary, man.
yeah, I should have an assistant for sure.
I'm trying to find an engineer for this.
Yeah.
I don't have to do all this
Source
myself.
it out to pro. Yeah, no, yeah, and I have things set up like with my website. Everything is I'm the content creator and stuff, but when you guys have access, it's basically just like an app in front of you. Everything's loaded up. You're able to access it on your phone right in front of your face. So it's like putting me right in your back pocket.
I saw it, man. I don't mind trying other people's workouts and doing things. Like, I'm not stuck in my ways. I like it.
Yeah, I guess my thing is, my favorite thing is to get a hold of people who are like maybe naysaying or say it won't work, and then pretty soon, boom, get them in the program, and look what we did with you.
It's good moving out of your comfort zone.
Yeah,
for sure,
yeah,
man.
and
You're
this,
doing
like
the
I
same
said,
thing.
this program is. I learn more all the time. So my knowledge is constantly flooding into this programming.
Mhm.
This thing adapts. Like I just put the new workouts in for next week. So we got 6 new workouts on the Daily Trainer, 2 alpha glutes. So I generate at least 8 new workouts every single week for the website.
It's good, man.
So the glutes one, like I said, there's 2 of those every single week. We can before and after your booty. We can take your whole body to another level. We can do whatever you want. Essentially, there's a whole bunch of different athlete splits, and I've got firefighter combat challenge guys back there. I got a lot of shit going on back there. So yeah, there's something for everyone. The recipes, we got a lot of creative recipes and stuff, so you can actually eat in accordance with your goals and not break your calorie bank. And
Yeah, I got stuck on doing sumo, deadlift for the butt, and glute extensions, not kickbacks. I did the extensions because I felt more.
You mean like a reverse hyperextension?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then
those are staple movements. We use a straddle lift, which is similar. But I had this one guy come in, and he could barely afford a membership to the gym.
yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna donate him some of my workout clothes because he doesn't have any clothes to wear.
Cool,
and,
man.
work with him a little bit, help him out a little because he doesn't know anything, and
Good.
it was all he could do to get himself a membership. So
Dude, yeah,
I'm not gonna obviously charge him for my services, which I'm a very giving person, but I don't like to donate my trade.
right.
I'm gonna help this guy out a couple times and get him some workout gear and
Yeah, when I was
bro tank and some good shorts.
when I was working at Anytime,
Yeah.
like some of the guys, I mean, they just straight out of jail, dude.
Yeah.
And they came down and they're like, hey, just got out of jail, would like to start working out. I was like, here's 1 month free, because they're looking for a job, they're looking for a change.
Right.
That mental stability is going to help them change their frame when they start going to the gym.
I can agree with that. And like
Yeah.
I said, people make mistakes, and they deserve opportunity, and they
Absolutely.
shouldn't be shunned for that, I guess. You got to give people opportunities sometimes, or second chances, because we all need second chances, I guess. And like it's crazy, but a lot of people that get out of prison and stuff, dude, they've already been training in prison and stuff. That's what they've been doing. They've been working out, and that's all they have to do. They got rec time or.
This is county though, man.
Yeah.
You can't do shit there.
No, but I mean, that's just, it's weird. Like, you got these guys that are, ex-cons and stuff, but they love training. And then you got these business executives that just get fat.
Yeah. They also feed you in there as carbs.
Right. But
So
I said, like, if you're the guy that sits on the Iron Throne and you got all the money and resources in the world,
Mhm.
in our area, those are the fat guys.
Yeah.
You go out to the West Coast, those guys with all the dough, they're in shape because they're working out.
Yeah.
Why would you not use your resources to do that? And the guys that don't have it, they're scraping everything they can together to come in and work out. I don't get it. It's that mentality to me. I guess for me,
Mental health.
business success, or like success in your life
Mhm.
and fitness, those things are 2 disciplines that are hand in hand. If you can control what you eat, you can control all other aspects of your life.
Yeah.
If you can't control that, then other parts of your life are going to be out of control too.
But it's also like mental health too.
Guaranteed.
Like,
Agreed.
is
But
your-
again, if you can control your eating,
Yeah.
everything else will go with it.
Is your-
Self-control,
is your
impulse.
Is your job fulfilling, or are you
Oh, I
still
agree.
empty? And
Right.
that's why you're trying to fulfill it by dumping
Right.
all this money everywhere, and you're
Right.
like, I'm loaded, but you're ruining relationships.
Right.
And then you're,
So success is not defined by how much money you make.
Yeah,
And if you're
exactly.
using, and
You gotta be happy.
it can be fulfilling for people to a certain extent, but
Yep.
the dudes that have all the money, they'll probably tell you like, yeah, my life sucks. All I do is make all this money, and I don't have any friends, and
Yep.
they
People
spend
don't
all,
understand it who don't have it. It's
right.
like they just
And there's a
don't
balance for
understand.
sure, you know, and I obviously everybody has to kind of figure that out. It's kind of a rite of passage you make as a person, you know. Some of the wealthiest people ever, they hated their life. You know, maybe they had all the money, but they didn't have anything else.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have a balance. A balance is hard to find, dude. I struggle with it all the time. Everybody does.
It is for sure. Me too, man.
Homeostasis.
Doing this, man. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it, but here we are.
Sure.
Here we are. All right, man.
Well, bromeostasis.
we're running out of memory.
Sure.
Getting close. But thanks for being here, dude.
You bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be happy to come back.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. You know, there's a couple other things we'll cover next time after you get some more things.
Sure.
Done.
Yeah, we would bring someone else in the fitness industry in. We'll
I do plan
have a three-way.
I do plan on having someone else in here.
Yeah, or whatever. Like, you know, it doesn't always, you know, it doesn't have to be fitness. You know, I like intellectual conversation, so good, I'm usually down to talk about whatever. But be happy to be back. Thank you.
All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you later.
You bet. Take care, guys.
Folks.